Okay, reason number one, in the 1300s, 1400s, European states were changing quite a bit. So they're going through a process of political unification, and that led to stronger, more centralized states. So the consequence of that is a growing upper class with a taste for luxury goods from Asia. But there was a massive problem, and that problem was that the Ottoman Muslims controlled all the land-based trade routes between Europe and Asia, and so Europeans couldn't really trade on their own terms. And so they began to search for sea routes to Asia, and we'll talk more about that in a second. Now, the first major mover in this whole European imperial or exploration age of exploration was Portugal. They established what's known as a trading post empire all around Africa and into the Indian Ocean, and became a really powerful presence among that trade network. The next major player to come on the scene was Spain. They did something different. Instead of, they still wanted access to the lucrative trade in the Indian Ocean and Asia, Southeast Asia, China, that sort of thing. But since Portugal had such a massive monopoly in there, they decided to sail west to find new paths to Asian markets. Also, they had just completed the Reconquista of the Iberian Peninsula, which meant, where they kicked out all the Muslims and many of the Jews. And so they were, sort of high on, victory. And, as Christians, they wanted to spread that Christianity elsewhere. So then comes Christopher Columbus, who is sponsored by the Spanish crown in order to sail west. And so he, the story, he runs into two giant honking continents that nobody knew was there. He returns, and that return led to fierce competition among European states to explore and, put their flag in the ground of these new lands, especially folks like England and Portugal and France and Spain as well. That leads us to big idea number 3 out of 5. The Columbian Exchange resulted in massive changes in Europe and the Americas.